Hi, and welcome to another episode of KiNiMi Kitchen. I'm Kirby.
I'm Sheena.
And I'm Anthony.
And so tonight we are doing something really neat. We're going to make some really good food, but this is also a little bit of a date night. So this is going to be a fun episode of KiNiMi Kitchen. So Sheena, tell us a little bit more about this date night situation. What do you guys do? How's this go?
Yeah, I have a blog called Love at Any Stage, and
Check
you
it
can
out.
find us at www.loveatanystage.com. Also on Instagram at Love at Any Stage. Anthony and I've been married about 1.5 years now, and weekly we do date nights, usually on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and then we take turns on who selects the dates.
That's
a
fun.
lot of those dates are competitive. So Kirby has decided to whip up some type of competition with us, and I intend on beating Anthony as I usually do.
That's not true.
That is true. Okay, let's move on.
Moving right along. So what are we going to have? We're going to have a kale salad, and we have a balsamic dressing that we're going to just wake up the flavor a little bit. Then we're going to make some turkey meatballs that are going to have some caramelized onions, mushrooms, and kale in the meatballs. And we'll do a quick pasta sauce. What's also neat is we're going to make some zoodles. What's a zoodle?
Yeah.
It's a noodle made out of zucchini. So if you're looking for a healthier option, it's really good. But we're also going to do a traditional pasta with a linguine. So who is going to be the chopper?
That'll be me.
That's going to be you. So we're going to start off with chopping up our onion and our mushrooms. All right, so to get our pan ready, we're just heating a pan and we're going to put a little olive oil in. So I'll let you do the honors there. Just do a quick drizzle around. Very nice, very nice little wrist motion there. Okay, so while our olive oil is heating and we're getting our vegetables chopped up, let's go ahead and start seasoning our turkey. Okay, so we have just some ground turkey here, and what you want to start doing is just kind of doing a little bit of a chopping motion there. And ground turkey, I love it. It's kind of like a blank canvas, but you have to be sure to season it really well, because have you guys had turkey before where you're like, all right, this is healthier, but it tastes healthy.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you season your meatballs really well. So here we've got a mixture of Italian seasoning. And then you're like, okay, well, what does that mean? No, go to the store, buy the one that says Italian seasoning. And it's a really quick way. Now, you can make your own blend, but this is a very fast way.
Okay.
So we'll just put in a little bit of Italian seasoning here. And you just kind of chop that in. Then in this bowl, we've got some garlic seasoning and some minced onion. A pretty generous helping of this. Again, because turkey can tend to be pretty bland. So how do you guys feel about Parmesan cheese?
I like cheese. He does not like cheese.
Does not like cheese. So there's an option where you can put Parmesan cheese in your meatballs. So what they don't know, which they're finding out right now, they're gonna have their own little meatball rolling competition. So yours, you can
I can
put
put it in there. Okay.
cheese in yours if you like. Just gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper. So when you're making meatballs like this, if you were to just roll them up right now, they would taste pretty good. But they may not stick together really well. So you need something what's called like a binder in the meatballs. Some people use eggs, some people use breadcrumbs, but tonight we're just gonna use a little bit of mayonnaise, which might sound like mayonnaise in your meatballs, but it gives them a really nice texture and it helps them stick together and you don't taste the mayonnaise.
Okay.
Mix that together. You see how it's kind of making more of a consistency that will stick together a little bit better. Awesome. There's some great mixing skills going on here.
Thank you.
I like it. Have you made zoodles before?
No.
Let's get it done. It's gonna be fun. So we're just gonna set our turkey meat aside. This is also a very excellent onion chopping job going on here. It's very nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna grab a little of these from you
Please do.
and then just pop them in our pan here. And what's great about this is we're gonna just saute our onions. We're gonna put a little of them in our meatballs, but then we'll also have them ready for our pasta sauce. All right, so you get your own cutting board.
Okay.
And your own knife.
Okay.
What we have here is just some zucchini that's already been washed, and we're just gonna chop the tip off. That wasn't so bad, right?
No.
No. And we'll do the same to the zucchini. And as soon as you're ready with your mushrooms, you can just pop your mushrooms in over here and then just kind of start sauteing those. So you can get a really fancy spiralizer. This is not one of those. This is a very basic spiralizer. I actually have an attachment that goes on my KitchenAid mixer that spiralizes, and this I think was $6.
Okay.
So you've got options for thin or thick noodles. So what are you guys in the mood for?
We do thick ones.
Thick noodles? So we'll go with the side that says thick, and you just take off the top, and that looks pretty like dangerous and scary. But you just stick the end of your vegetable on here and you twist.
Okay.
And then you just begin twisting. And it takes a little second to get the groove of it, but you've got zoodles coming out. And then sometimes I cheat. I take off that little thing sometimes and I just twist it.
Okay, let's try it.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna sneak.
We need to get one.
Oh, we do. There you go.
Alright, and as your zoodles come out, I'm just gonna grab them and put them on a plate with some paper towel, because your zucchini has a really high water content, and if you don't, they can tend to get a little soggy. We're here with our onions and mushrooms. So we're gonna add a little bit more of our Italian seasoning in here. Some more of the garlic and minced onion. I really like that mixture. A lot of that in there. And a little parsley. Just kind of saute that together.
All right.
So what happens when this happens?
Yes. So you sometimes get to the end of your zoodle.
Yeah.
And I kind of save this, and you can chop it up, mix it into something else.
Okay.
I don't try to like get down to the last little bit. Well, what I'm gonna do, I will take over making zoodles, and then you guys can kind of do this next part together. We're gonna take about half of this mixture and mix it into your turkey here. And if you want to just keep mixing like you did before, it'll be in good shape. So to our mushrooms and onions that are sauteing over there, I'm just gonna add some tomato basil red sauce. We could go through a very long process of making our own sauce. We're making this for like a quick dinner.
Yeah.
So you just buy tomato basil, but you don't just use it out of the jar. That's a no-no. So you just add it to some sauteed vegetables here. We're gonna add a touch of olive oil. And we're gonna add a little bit more of that garlic onion mixture. And we'll let that simmer.
Okay.
Have you guys ever had like lasagna or spaghetti or chili, and after you eat it you get like acid reflux or
Yes.
heartburn?
Uh-huh.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what can help prevent that?
What? I need to know.
Yes, sugar. You put just a very little bit of sugar in any of your tomato-based dishes, and it helps cut the acidity, and it'll get rid of that acid reflux, heartburn kind of feeling. So you don't add a lot. You don't want to make, dessert spaghetti,
Right.
but you just add a very little bit of sugar, and it helps cut that acidity. So you can mix that in and let it simmer.
Thank you.
All right, so we're getting ready to roll these meatballs, but before we do that, because like I said, this process will move pretty quickly and we'll be ready to eat. So for our regular pasta, I've got some water on the stove that's boiling. And when you're boiling the water for any pasta, I do this for rice, I do it with pretty much anything. I actually season the water.
Okay.
So there's more garlic in the water over there, and there is a little bit of onion and a little bit of salt in that water. So I'm just gonna go pop this in that water. It's ready to roll some turkey meatballs.
Looks good.
So we're gonna see who can roll the most uniform, pretty turkey meatballs. We're gonna see how that goes
This is
down.
gonna be great.
So let me just move some things out of the way so we can get a very clear picture of this. This is just a very, very quick way. Use a sheet pan, roll them, pop them in an oven that's on about 425 degrees, and then you can get to do other stuff. We'll just add a little bit of chopped basil to our meatballs here. And that's what those zoodles look like, and they're just hanging out on the paper towel, getting rid of some moisture. Let's give our cookie sheet a quick spray. Have you guys seen one of these before?
No.
So this is called a misto, and I love it. I've talked about it on some of my other episodes. So you buy it, it's empty.
Okay.
You pour whatever kind of oil you want to. So I put olive oil in mine. Pour it, close the top. Then you pump the top. So I'm gonna let you try that out. Quick. Pump, and it starts to get more and more difficult.
It's like a super soaker.
Exactly. And then once you've done that, it actually builds up pressure, so you've created your own spread. So you just get to spray it on there. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about touching raw meat.
Works
No
for me.
problem.
I'm not a fan of it.
Really?
I don't like it. So I use these little gloves. Call me weird. But I'm just gonna roll one meatball just
Okay.
for demonstration purposes. Then these two are just gonna have at it. Actually, it's kind of common sense, but the smaller the meatball, the more quickly they'll cook. So if you're really looking to make this fast, you'll want to make them a little bit smaller than a golf ball.
Okay.
Here's mine. I'm just gonna put it in the corner. So let the games begin. Do you like mozzarella cheese? And then you put the mozzarella in the center, and you just close the meat up around it.
Okay. Is enough meat? Okay.
Pretty good size. You wanna try it when yours over there too?
Yeah.
You like kale too?
Oh yeah, I'm a fan.
Yes, I'm a fan. I put it in almost everything. Alright, so we've got a little sauteed kale.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's going great.
They're both like in the zone, quiet, just focused on the rolling. I love it. Okay, these look really good.
Mine.
Mine look better.
So you take a peek here.
Look how circular mine are.
They're not though. That was what I was about to say. They're not.
Mine look great.
They're not. What school did you go to? That is not okay.
What do you guys think? So you'll have to comment below and let us know.
Circular. Look at that.
Do you look
Which
at that one? That
meatballs?
was like a cone head.
Mine look great.
A cone head of deliciousness?
Yes.
It's
First of
not
all,
bad.
that one's too big. The middle one.
That's the one with the cheese.
It's got a little
in
cheese in it.
Mine has one with cheese in it too. It didn't turn out that big.
Because she said add extra, I paid attention.
Yeah. First of all,
Right.
you did okay.
So we're gonna put these in the oven and we're gonna see how it turns out when it's all said and done. So the oven's on 425 and we're just gonna put these in there, and they don't take that long. They'll probably take about 15 to 20 minutes.
You tried.
I don't think you did. Then. If I tried, then you did.
It's okay. You gave it a good effort.
You did.
Mine's will turn out way better. I said your meatballs did look good.
Oh, they did.
No, that's the way I try to give you a compliment.
Truth.
Try it. There's no trucing now. No, I'll try.
All right, so our sauce is simmering. We've got some very competitive meatballs in the oven. And so while those are cooking, we're gonna make a kale salad. Very simple, but it has a really good flavor to it. And then we're gonna make some ciabatta bruschetta. So this is ciabatta that was just purchased, and we're going to fancy it up a little bit. So to get started on this side for the bread, just go ahead and cut these tomatoes into fours. And then we also have some fresh basil, and we'll just kind of chop that.
Alright.
And we have mozzarella balls, and you can buy just regular mozzarella and marinate it yourself. But this you can purchase already marinated. So it's mozzarella that's marinated in basil. And what we'll do with these is we'll just cut these in quarters as well. So we're quartering our cherry tomatoes, our mozzarella balls, and just chopping our basil. Then on this side of the house, we've got some beautiful kale. Just love kale. And we are just gonna take it and give it a little bit of a chop.
Okay.
Because while it's beautiful, you don't want that in your mouth while you're eating your salad. So just give it a rough chop, and we'll put our chopped kale in this bowl. So just rough chop, and in the bowl it goes. We also have some balsamic dressing, and I just put it in a mason jar because I'm gonna just wake up the flavor a little bit by adding some Italian seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper, and once we get that basil chopped a little bit, I'm gonna sprinkle a little in here. Just cut up fresh, I think garlic, I'm gonna come and add some of this and put that right in your balsamic dressing. Who's cut up garlic before? Have you done it? Ooh, the puzzlement.
I think usually we just use the minced.
Use the minced garlic, which is good too,
Yeah.
but I love fresh garlic because I just chop off the ends. Pretty simple. Then you take the flat edge of your knife and you kind of squash the garlic a little bit. And then that helps separate off the outer layer that you want to get rid of. Pretty simple. Part that you don't want. And then you can just chop it up. So with this, I love to put this in almost everything. So in our mixture that we'll make for our bread, we'll put some fresh garlic as well. And while our sauce is simmering, I'm just going to toss a little bit over there too. So how long ago did you guys say you started doing the weekly date nights?
It was June of last year. So we've been doing it for a little over a year.
Okay, very cool. In this pan that I sauteed the kale in, saute our zoodle. So what kind of dates have you guys done otherwise? Other than this?
Where do we start? What was one of your favorites? What was one of your favorites?
Let's see.
There have been so many.
Probably the obstacle course at the house.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's fun.
You want to tell people a little bit more about that so they can go check it out on the blog?
After you?
Well, yeah, that was my date.
I set that up.
I literally just went to Dollar General, like right down the street from our house, and got a buggy, went down the aisles. It was summertime, so they had a lot of like fun things, like outdoorsy things. Put a lot of that stuff in a buggy and went home and set it up before he got home from work. And I just made random obstacles, games. We even had, like, I don't know if you watched Bozo when you were a little kid, but he had the grand prize game where you throw the ping pong ball in the different buckets.
Okay.
We did that.
Yes.
We had like where you spin around and make yourself dizzy and then have to run around the house. Football toss and the hula hoop. It was all kind of crazy stuff.
And this was on a regular weeknight.
That was like on a random Wednesday.
I love it.
Wednesday, yeah.
I love it.
That was
So,
like the second date. Yeah.
if you're thinking to yourself, my Wednesdays aren't this interesting, like take a note from them and make it a little bit more interesting. Because I know Wednesdays typically you're on that midweek hump, like
Yeah. That was the whole point of it. It's because we do stuff on the weekends, but we try to break up the monotony of the week by having something during the week that we can look forward to, have fun with, add a little bit of spice to the week.
I like it. I like it. Alright. So I just put a little bit of our garlic and Italian seasoning on our zoodles, a little bit of butter and olive oil. Really the point of this is just to get them hot and cook them a little bit because you don't want to cook them too much because they'll become mushy.
Okay.
Just a quick saute there. So for you, so we've got our basil, tomatoes, and mozzarella. You can kind of put them in this bowl. We've got some leftover garlic in there, but that's pretty good. You can kind of just mix them together. That's really pretty.
Thank you.
See that mixture? Very nice. I was like, yes.
The fact that you were like really smiling.
Yes, I did that. So we're just going to take some of our ciabatta bread and put it on a cookie sheet. The great thing about this is a little bit goes a long way. You can leave it this full size or you can cut it if you like. If it were me, I might cut it a little bit. And then we'll spray it with a little bit of olive oil and we'll put some of this mixture on there and then we'll put it in the oven. Ooh, your salad looks pretty. Thanks. So here's a little something that I like to add to my kale salad because sometimes they can be a little textured.
Yeah.
So with the salad, I just add a little drizzle of olive oil, just very, very light drizzle, salt and pepper, and then I also put, it's called just complete seasoning. It doesn't have a very fancy name, but I just sprinkle a little of that on there, and then put some pepper, but we can add that at the end.
Okay.
How do you guys like tomatoes? You do like them. So if you want, we can cut those just in half and toss them in here. So just step out of the way, and we'll just cut the tip off. You don't want to deal with those little raggedy parts there. The obstacle course was your favorite. What's been your favorite date of his?
Oh man, there are like so many. I'm not sure. I mean, it was like definitely one of my tops.
Okay.
But like tag, and it was like not the laser tag, like the kitty laser tag. It's the laser tag place in Franklin, and like you have for real looking guns. Like some of them are heavy. I picked them up, but the lady's like, if you can't commit to carrying this around for 15 minutes, then don't select that one. And I couldn't. So, and again, it was like a random Wednesday night, so nobody was there but us. So we got to do it like by ourselves and try like all of the different phases, obstacles, and it was really fun. He said that the lady cheated for me, but she can't cheat. She was just a moderator. But, okay.
When the person is literally cheering for her, that's
not
a sign of
but
cheating.
yeah, but you were running and you're not supposed to run, so
I didn't see it posted.
clearly
It's not posted.
Was that posted? It's not a rule?
It's not a rule. It's not posted.
So yeah, anyway, that was fun. So you can tell by him talking that I won that one.
Ooh.
But I mean, you gave a good effort, really good effort.
Very nice effort. But he didn't win.
He did not.
Those are really nice.
Good job.
Those are very, very nice. Huh, I'll finish it with a little spray.
You like velvet, man.
I see one of those and a spiralizer in you guys' near future.
Yep. It's gonna happen.
Okay, so now we get to try the food and tell you all about it. So we've got, for the first time on the show, his and her meatballs. They both look great. What are you guys trying first? I'm trying whatever you try first.
I'm gonna try the zoodles first.
Okay.
It's good. I don't need regular noodles anymore.
You can just go with zoodles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut down on my carbs.
I'm a zoodles fan.
So what's on your list? What did you learn? What did you like?
Need to get the seasoning.
Okay.
Then we need to get the
Everything to
strainer.
make the zoodles.
Ah,
The mist.
yes.
This stuff. Yeah.
Yes. See, everybody should have those things in their kitchen. How do you guys feel about the turkey meatballs? The healthier version with the...
Oh yeah, they're good.
I love
Thank you.
it. Have you tasted it?
Oh, I thought we were all trying these things together.
Oh, see, I went ahead. I raced ahead. See?
Oh,
I got stuck
Sorry.
on that. I'm finished now. I got stuck on that.
On the zoo?
Solid. Good.
sounds good.
So that's what we like to hear in the kitchen. Oh my goodness.
It's great.
And what's really cool about these turkey meatballs too, you saw how quick it was once you put all the seasoning in, like a whole pan of them, and then freeze them.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot that you can do with the turkey meatballs.
Can you try to breathe?
Yes. We overlooked that. Yep. The mozzarella that's soaked with the basil and olive oil gives it really more of an intense flavor. I like that. Good job on the bread.
Thank you.
Great job on the kale salad. Well, we're gonna go finish eating.
Yes.
So thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm Kirby.
I'm Sheena.
And I'm Anthony.
And thanks for watching this episode of KiNiMi Kitchen for date night. So, and definitely comment below who won the meatball competition. What did you think? And also, let me know if you decided to try out any of these recipes because they're pretty quick, pretty simple, but really, really flavorful. So, thanks again for watching.
Bye.
Bye.